Nana's Beauty Science Salon. Day 1A. The sound room begins. Audio story version. Nana opened the door to her new beauty salon in Cyprus. The sign outside said, Nana's Beauty Science Salon. Beauty on the outside, science everywhere inside. Her mom, Debbie, helped her place flowers near the entrance. Tinos walked in and looked around. There was a makeup chair, a nail station, a hairdryer, a speaker, a mirror with lights, shelves full of shampoos and creams, and a small stage with a guitar, a drum, and a flute. Tinos said, Nana, is this a salon or a science lab? Nana smiled. She said, Both. Every room teaches me one exam topic. Nana pointed to the first door. The sign on the door said, The Sound Room. Inside there was a hairdryer, a large speaker, headphones, and a big window facing Larnaca Beach. Outside, a plane was flying toward Larnaca Airport. Nana pointed at the sky. She said, That might be Uncle Johnny coming from Canada for holidays. They watched the plane move across the sky. For a moment, everything was quiet. Then the sound arrived. Tino said, I saw the plane first, but I heard it later. Nana said, Exactly. Light travels much faster than sound. Sound needs time to travel because it moves through particles in the air. Tino said, So sound travels through air? Nana nodded. She said, Yes, sound is energy moving through a medium. Tinos asked, What is a medium? Nana picked up a bottle of shampoo and a glass of water. She said, A medium is the material sound travels through. It can be air, water, or a solid like a wall. Then she switched on the hairdryer. The hairdryer made a buzzing sound. Nana said, The hairdryer vibrates. Those vibrations disturb the air particles around it. She held her hand near the hairdryer. She said, The air particles move back and forth. They pass vibration energy to the next particles. Tinos imagined people standing in a line. One person tapped the next person, then that person tapped the next. The people stayed mostly in place, but the message traveled along the line. Nana said, That is how sound works. The particles vibrate, but they do not travel across the whole room. The energy travels. Tinos repeated, The particles vibrate, the energy travels. Nana said, Perfect. Then she pressed a black button on the wall. The lights turned blue. The room became silent. Even the hairdryer sound disappeared. Tinos whispered, What happened? Nana said, This is space mode. Tinos said, Why can't I hear anything? Nana said, Because space is a vacuum. A vacuum has no particles to vibrate. If there are no particles, sound cannot travel. Debbie said, That one is easy to remember. Tino said, No particles, no sound. Nana said, Exactly. That is one of the most important sound rules. The lights turned normal again. The speaker switched on. The front of the speaker moved forward and backward. Nana said, Watch the speaker. When it moves forward, it pushes air particles close together. On the screen, the particles squeezed together. Nana said, That is called a compression. Then the speaker moved backward. The particles spread apart. Nana said, That is called a rarefaction. The screen showed the pattern: compression, rarefaction, compression, rarefaction. Tino said, So sound is like air being squeezed and stretched? Nana said, Yes, sound waves are made of compressions and rarefactions. Then Nana drew an arrow on the mirror. She said, The sound wave travels this way. Then she moved her hand forward and backward along the same line. She said, The particles also vibrate forward and backward in the same direction. Tino said, So the vibration is parallel to the direction the wave travels? Nana smiled. She said, Yes, that is why sound waves are called longitudinal waves. Debbie said, That sounds like an exam word. Nana said, It is, so we say it clearly. She spoke slowly. Sound waves are longitudinal waves. The particles vibrate parallel to the direction the wave travels. Tinos looked at the speaker again. He said, "Let me try. Sound is energy transferred by vibrations through a medium. It cannot travel in a vacuum because there are no particles. Sound waves are longitudinal. They have compressions and rarefactions." Nana clapped once. She said, "That is day 1A. Then she wrote the memory script on the mirror. Sound is vibration energy. Sound needs a medium. The medium can be air, water, or a solid. The particles vibrate. The energy travels. No particles, no sound. A compression is where particles are close together. A rarefaction is where particles are spread apart. Sound waves are longitudinal.